Hello, my name is Dr. Tandra Price, and I am the editor-chief and publisher of Tapped In Magazine, a global publication for men, women, speakers, and authors. And guess what? I am here in Detroit, Michigan at the Leadership Experience Tour. And I have had the honor and pleasure to be a part of a major collaboration of HNP, which is Happy Neighborhood Project, and the Leadership Experience Tour. But more importantly, I have a special guest from HNP, Miss Carolyn, that I want you to be able to get to know who she is, what she's doing. I'm telling you, she has something so fantastic. I'm going to save it because I want her to be able to tell you. Hey, Miss Carolyn, how are you?
Hello, Dr. Price. Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
And I'm happy.
And you're happy. Listen, that's the best thing to do is to be happy. So listen, tell our audience a little bit about what you do, what you have, who you are, and what you got coming up.
Thanks. So Carolyn Williams, and we still have a graphic arts company. When I was out networking and promoting that, my husband made a digital business card for me to use.
Okay.
And it worked like a charm. And then people started saying, well, how do I get one of those? And next thing you know, we took it as a service in our print company, which kind of seems like something you wouldn't do, right? A print company would print more cards. But my husband couldn't stand that it was so wasteful.
Yes.
And if you know the print industry, there's a lot of chemicals and things that are kind of icky. So it's good for the environment. It's more effective. And in 2015, we gave it a name, made it its own company, and we call it For My Card. So it's the numeral 4.
Okay.
My card.
Okay, so let's go take a little step back though, because so you used to have a printing company.
We still have it, yeah.
And you still have the printing company, and from that printing company, you said, listen, let's make something so much more effective and efficient for our customers and for people to be able to connect together. And so you came up with this For My Card, which is a digital business card. Now break that down a little bit because a lot of our audience may not know exactly what a digital business card is. Tell us exactly how that works.
Okay. We go everywhere with these.
Handy dandies, we can't leave without them.
I've got hundreds, if not more than like maybe thousands of business cards connected to my phone. It makes it so easy. I can text them, share them with the QR code, drop them in a chat on social media, which is nice. Somebody asks, like, oh, do you have a good plumber? It's like, oh, I drop the plumber card in there. And plus it gets attention from all the other people that are commenting.
Yes.
So really, it's a workhorse that'll go 24/7. We own all of our servers and so we don't rent time. There's nobody else raising our overhead.
Okay, good. Awesome.
So we sat around the table and when we were putting this together and decided we were going to keep it less than a box of business cards.
Okay, so awesome. So let's take a step back because I know a lot of times when we go to networking events, one of the main things that we do is everybody goes out and print business cards. You have a ton of business cards. Now, one of the things I know, or they used to say to me that, for every 5 business cards that you give out, only one is really received because the rest of them normally hit the floor.
Truly.
I don't know if you've ever heard that saying before.
Oh, yeah.
So now with your digital business card, guess what? We can take all the worry and hustle out of that, even putting them in our pockets and carrying them. Because guess what? We always carry the handy dandy phone with us, right? So all we have to do is use a QR code. Is that right?
That's right.
In order to be able to get that information. Now, what happens when they use that QR code?
So the QR code works great. And because we are from the graphic arts world, on the dashboard of the account, the back end of the account, you can download the art file for the QR code. So it can be giant, like on the banners kind of thing, side of a building, or smaller. It can put it on your printed business card if you like. And then it drives traffic to the places you want your customers and your prospects to go. And you can have as much as you like. So some people put lots of information. They have applications, payment options, booking. You can put your calendar on there, reviews, on and on and on. And then there's some that are very restricted, like the financial industry. They want it to just be the items that are on their business card. So if it's not printed on the card, it can't be connected. No social media or anything like that. So we were able to adjust and really customize them the way people prefer.
I love that whole idea because, I used to attend tons of business cards. I would either lose my business card or forget who I was contacting. And I like your system because once I scan that QR code, I can make me a one-on-one appointment right there. And just like you said, you can put it in your Calendly link. So guess what? You would never be able to forget an appointment or not be able to set an appointment from a networking event.
Correct.
Oh my God, that is awesome. Can you imagine taking the hustle and bustle out of carrying all that?
Yeah.
I love your card already.
Thank
You know what I'm saying?
Well, there, in situations like this, you're meeting so many new people. I'll text them the card. I immediately put them into my contacts and then take a selfie.
Oh my God,
So we
listen,
remember where
you
we
can
went.
even do face recognition because you know what? One of the things I really think about in networking that you always have to have something that's so memorable. And by having that four card, at least you know exactly who it is that you're talking to. Because a lot of times, even when you go to networking events, even though that they have the picture on the business card, actually being able to talk to someone to be able to get that for my card on their phone makes it even better. Builds that relationship up. That much more personable, don't you think?
Yes, it definitely, you can remember where you're connected more than just we get home and you start going through the
I call it the shuffle file.
the pile of them. And they get, if you go back to maybe even 4 months ago and you pulled out the stack of cards that you picked up at a networking event, some of those people don't do that job anymore.
You know what? Here's another thing that I like about your program. Some of those people are right, don't either do that anymore or they information has changed. And here by having my card, it can always be updated constantly.
Correct.
So you will never have any outdated information. Ooh.
And it really works for big operations that have particularly a lot of turnover.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you were working for a company in sales, perhaps, and then
Mm-hmm.
maybe you took a job someplace else,
Mm.
and then I come along and I apply and I get the job, but they changed the same link that had your information on
Uh-huh.
it to my name and my phone number.
Mm.
Everywhere you shared it comes to me.
Isn't that
So that
good?
the company is still, getting that funnel of
That funnel
of business.
situation going. But then too, a person get a notification too. Hey, get something that got updated here.
That's right. It's a
I
great
love it.
soft promotion of your business. If you make a change, you can get back in touch with your contacts and say, "Oh, I just wanted you to know I have an event coming up in September. It's going to
Wow.
be great. It's going to be in Troy, Michigan, and there's a link on my card to register."
Now listen, you've made that site so easy. ForMyCard.com. You can't even miss that. You know what I'm saying? That most accounts have like long websites, but you got For My Card. Just what is that? Maybe what 4 3 words. .com.
Yep.
Isn't that amazing?
Yep. That's it.
Okay, so listen, let's talk about since you're here in the Detroit, Michigan, this is your first time being a part of the Leadership Experience Tour. Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know. I was completely open. Let's just roll with it. Let's see what happens. It's been such a pleasure. It started in the Baltimore airport where I met Brian.
Can you believe that, Brian, with Black Speakers Network?
Yes.
The power of networking.
We're chit-chatting there. We discovered we're going to the same place as we were leaving the plane. I was like, want to ride share? And I was like, look
I
at us.
supposed to have some money.
We're doing exactly what our mom said, don't do. Don't go off with strangers. And so we rode together. We grabbed a meal together. And it just, so from there, it was like, wow, this is going to be, if this event attracts this kind of person, yes, more of that, please. I want to see more of that.
I want to see more of that. I want to be a part of that. Awesome. Now, you got the chance to be a part of the pitch competition. What did you think about that? I mean, was you kind of a little nervous? You only had 3 minutes.
Right? It's so funny. You get trained to do 30 seconds or 60 seconds. 3 minutes is so hard. It's
like a wink and a blink, right?
yeah, here's some extra time. Okay. And then, yeah, it goes so much faster. And I even, you can Google how many words are in 3 minutes, and it's like 450. And so I figured out about.
Okay, you went very detailed. You went Google to figure out how many words in the 3 minutes.
I did.
Okay, listen.
I did go over. Guess what?
So you write yours out and say, okay, I can only have this many words.
But it's
I
still
know I'm not going over 3 minutes.
No, so don't use that plan. I wouldn't use it. But it's what I loved about it is an opportunity you have such great speakers that give advice.
Yes.
And it's done in a very kind, gentle, but professional and accept criticism joyfully.
Yes.
Because the person that has this expertise is taking their time and their knowledge to help you be better.
Yes.
And that's wonderful.
You know, that's one of the things I love about being a part of the Leadership Experience Tour. You get the resources, tools, and tips. I mean, we all want to elevate up in our business. And guess what? If you can help me and someone take the time to help me, I really, really appreciate it. But real quickly now, so how did you get to be a part of HMP?
Yes. Thank you, Cheryl Montgomery. You remember the one that invited you.
Yes.
I've heard some of your other interviews you've done, and people tend to remember who it was. And I was networking online. It was 2020, and met this lovely lady in Washington State. I live in Georgia. And she told me about it. And she goes, I think you might like this. Oh, yeah. First of all,
absolutely, I'm going to love it.
You had me at happy. What the heck?
What's a happy?
I mean, yeah. So I went, and they said they were looking for more co-hosts. So I put in an application. Okay. And then like 2 days later, Edwin called. I was like,
listen, you gotta love Edwin. We gotta stop for a minute. You gotta love Edwin. He brings happy and joy all over the place.
It's get to know him. Go to his meetings, especially the Worldwide on Fridays at 2 Eastern. It's you have to experience it because You do the laughing for 30 seconds. I mean,
See, we know about it, but
Yeah.
guess what? We're going to let you know about it too, because we're
Yeah.
going to want you to go to hnp.com and to be able to register and go take part of some of these 40+1 networking events that happen weekly all over the world.
they're fantastic. And they're free.
And they're absolutely free. Can't be free, right?
That's right. And made really great friends. So they was accepted as a co-host. And then one of the people at HQ called me, and I thought I made a horrible mistake of being a co-host. I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong? And no, I was asked to be a captain.
Okay.
And so now I support 4 of the meetings that are in the Happy Neighborhood. Mhm.
Wow. I love that. I mean, I'm telling you, you have to have the power of networking. I know you're going to hear me say it over and over and over, but once you actually have that power of networking, join a community that feels like family. I mean, the connections just automatically happen. The referrals just automatically happen. And you want to stay connected.
Yeah.
You really want to stay connected.
Particularly after this in-person event.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is your first in-person event here. And being online so long, it's different when you actually see somebody come off Zoom for the very first time. Oh, that's what you look like.
Exactly. That's how tall you are?
You look a little short. I'm telling you, hey, it's amazing. Well, Carolyn, listen, I really appreciate you being here and stopping by Tapped In Magazine. I'm loving to talk with you. Listen, if you have not got my For My Card, download the digital formycard.com. Save yourself some time and energy. Stop collecting all those business cards. Do it digitally. This is something that we carry already in our handy dandy hand. Is our phone. And what better way for you to be able to stay connected with your prospects at all time? formycard.com.
That's right.
You got any other questions you want to leave with us?
Well, they like to connect on LinkedIn. It's Carolyn, Carolyn, McGarry, MCGA, as my brother says, RRY, Williams. And the QR code is on my background on LinkedIn, and you can grab my entire business card from there.
Take a picture of it, click it, join For My Business Card. Well, thank you so much, Carolyn. I really appreciate it. Listen, if you want to know more about our speakers, go to tappedinmagazine.org. .org. I'm sorry. Look, I done got confused. tappedinmagazine.org, and you can see about the featured speakers that we have. We're able to interview some of them here at the Leadership Experience Tour, and they've been on our platform. So go there, check it out. But if you also want to be a part of Tapped In Magazine, go to tappedinmagazine.org. Guess what? We'll see you on the next cover. Yeah. Sound good? Thank you so much, Carolyn.
Thank you. It was fun.
All right.